everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
I said, is your will, or is your way, my gal? Ow. That's my Louis Armstrong, yeah.
Thanks, Sam. So last week we talked about Adam Walsh, except for one key aspect of his legacy that most 90 kids also grew up with. I think more 90 kids know this part over the law itself.
Yes.
Like most kids at the time grew up with the change of, stranger danger and everything like that, but maybe not most of them heard about Adam Walsh.
Right.
However, most every kid in the 90s knew about his father, John. Fox Television Network had the answer to limited viewing options on Saturday nights. On February 7th, 1988, America's Most Wanted aired right after the hit show Cops. A duo that stayed on until 2011, really?
Yep.
When AMW, or America's Most Wanted, was canceled for the second time. With over 1,000 episodes, the show led to over 1,000 fugitives. Do you mean, did you mean to leave, got arrested or something like that?
I meant to put caught in there
Okay,
somewhere.
that makes a lot more sense. This is another one of those things we talked about. This changes the entire sentence. Okay? 1,000 episodes leading to 1,000 fugitives is a bad show. Now, a show that led to over 1,000 fugitives apprehended is a good show.
You're right.
Which is it? It seems like a pretty crucial conjunction.
Fine. Open this door, or...
Anywho, interesting facts about its cancellation. It was the longest running show on Fox. The Simpsons would surpass it a few decades. If you were wondering why Sam had taken a walk down memory lane, it's simple. Oh. I'm sorry, I spoiled your entire opening thesis here. The reason that Sam brings this up is that, the host of AMW is John Walsh. That would be Adam Walsh's father. He was a very firm activist. So why talk about it at all? Well, Sam wanted something less killy over so much heaviness last time. And by Sam, I mean Sam did it because AJ seemed very, very downtrodden at the end of the last episode. So thank you, Sam.
Welcome.
And thank you, Java Monster, for giving me the energy to exist. The concept of the show came from German file. I'm sorry, let me retry stating that name. The concept of the show comes from German file reference XY Unsolved from 1967, and the British show Crime Watch from 1984. The U.S. version is the brainchild of Fox executive Stephen Chow and executive producer Michael Linder. Conceived the summer of 1987. CBS in 1955 aired Wanted for 3 months. A very similar show, I assume.
Yes.
While Linder was shooting the pilot, in Indiana, Chow and Fox lawyer Tom Hurwitz conducted a rushed search for a host. Chow wanted former police officer turned best-selling author Joseph Wambaugh Wambo? Wambow?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never heard of him.
Me either.
But he refused, saying that he didn't believe a national dragnet would work in the United States. Ironically, Dragnet actually worked for several decades, including a minor revival with Megan Klodnicki as Joe Friday for Retrostatic Radio. That show that I sometimes bring up because it's what we used to do. And by we, I mean me, AJ Carey. Chow then thought of the future New York City mayor, Rudolph Giuliani?
87.
No, I'm very familiar with Rudy Giuliani.
Yes, he was mayor while we were kids, too.
He also really revolutionized the RICO. I believe he was the one who created
I believe so,
the RICO,
too.
or at least utilized it well enough that it became a mob thing.
Yes.
And also became, famously, the stupidest sumbitch who Trump paid for. During his, we need to find 14 lawyers. All of them seem to be busty blondes.
You're done.
Chow then thought of future New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani, former Governor Chuck Robb of Virginia, and former Nebraska Governor Bob Kerrey?
Yeah. That's the only reason I put that in there.
Before ruling out politicians. Other names thrown around were former Marine Corps Commandant General P.X. Kelly, journalist Linda Ellerby and Bob Woodward, and victims advocate Teresa Saldana. During one of many calls, Hurwitz suggested John Walsh. John Walsh gained publicity after his son's 1981 kidnapping and murder. See previous episode if you're new on that one. Oh, really? I thought it was the other way around, that he was already on.
Nope.
I did not know that. After multiple discussions, Walsh agreed to host the pilot episode. Airing February 7, 1988, within 4 days of the first airing, FBI 10 Most Wanted fugitive David James Roberts was captured as a result. Roberts was a convicted killer who escaped from prison by digging his way out with an axe. This capture showed watch television, capture criminals, does work. However, that is very different than the modern idea of throw everything at social media as much as possible and hope something sticks.
Yeah.
10 weeks later, the show aired nationwide on all Fox affiliate networks, becoming the first hit series for the fourth network. Because originally it was ABC, CBS, and NBC.
Yes.
And then Fox came along as the edgy, cool kid. And
Yeah.
by that I mean no one liked it for like a decade.
No, I don't think it was a full decade. But I understand.
I want to say it was early 80s is when it...
I think in early...
Late 70s, early 80s.
No, I think it was early 80s, not 70s.
Because I remember the biggest reasons that their attitude started shifting to being slightly more edgy is because they started going with, no one knows what our channel is supposed to be. So let's just go with this. And while some shows were hits, like Cops was prominent and everything, how wrong are we?
I could say that I've been watching Fox my entire life.
Well, yeah, you were only born in 86.
Yeah, it was born on October 9th.
October 9th, 1986. This is sort of like the Simpsons thing for me. Yeah. I've been watching The Simpsons since I was born, in 89.
This is true.
Everything leads back to Fox. During the 90s, format would bounce between 30 minutes to 60-minute episodes. Briefly in the fall of 1996, AMW was canceled for about 6 weeks. The decision was made that spring due to rising production costs. However, due to protests from the public, law enforcement, and government officials, including a total of 37 governors, all encouraging Fox to bring the show back, guess what they did? They brought the show back, being paired with Cops until 2011, which we already talked about. This was actually the largest unchanged primetime schedule on US TV as of 2011. And we say as of 2011 because I'm fairly certain 2012 public TV has officially died.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it was the switch to
digital.
Just that's what hurt it a lot, and then the streaming wars happened.
Yep.
And then
Now they're owned by Disney.
Well, yeah.
Everybody's owned by Disney.
Not true. Some things are owned by Paramount. Some things are owned by Nintendo.
No, this is true.
On March 6, 2010, Fox aired their 1,000th episode, where Walsh interviewed President Barack Obama at the White House. The focus of the show would expand to include terrorists on October 12, 2001, at the request of the White House after the 22-man list was released 2 days before airing. The first episode focused on 9/11 and was 2 hours long. On May 6, 2011, Fox announced the cancellation of AMW after 23 years. Lifetime would pick it up. As a new show?
Nope.
After 2 seasons, it was canceled a third time. Okay, so it was technically a new show on Lifetime. I assumed they bought like syndication rights or something. I don't know why they would.
I don't think it was syndication rights. I think they
fully picked it up.
Fully picked it up,
and then after
continue.
2 seasons, it was. But the problem with that is that if Lifetime bought it, now it's on extended cable.
Yes.
Because Lifetime, channel 48, I believe.
48.
Because 49 was Comedy Central and 47 was Sci-Fi.
Yep.
Before it was Siffy. In 2021, oh really? Wow. In the year of our Lord, 2021. Jesus Christ. In 2021, Fox brought AMW back with John Walsh not helming the show. This time it was Elizabeth Vargas hosting. Should I know who that is?
I don't know who she is.
In 2023, John Walsh and his son Callahan Walsh would become hosts of the show again. Given the number of fugitives on AMW had not been convicted, the presumption of innocence was needed as per our justice system. There was one fugitive that did have issues finding jurors due to many believing he was already guilty. See, that's actually a very interesting thing for me to, shows like this, while they could get someone, into at least custody or at least into questioning.
Yeah.
That's actually always been something that, not necessarily I've had an issue with, but something that's always been on my mind.
Right.
Where it's like, it's similar to Unsolved Mysteries to an extent. Or like Forensic Files, or anything that is, we just spent 20 minutes talking about this bad thing, clearly it's going to hypothetically.
It will poison the jury pool, yes.
If John Benet Ramsey's real murderer, I use air quotes there,
yes,
is caught and is some random gardener from 4 blocks away, one, I'm calling it, and I would like money for being psychic. But secondly, no one's going to believe it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that a jury would probably find this random guy, more innocent because just on a cultural level, the parents and the brother did it.
Yes.
It's one of them.
Somebody
Allegedly, hypothetically, in popular brain. I would like to cover all legal bases there. You know what I mean? So I actually get that. I was actually going to bring that up, but I'm glad you did. The Simpsons Season 1 finale, Some Enchanted Evening, featured a parody of AMW called America's Most Armed and Dangerous. The Babysitter Bandit. Wow. Cue Sam and AJ discussing The Simpsons. Wow, I haven't thought about that episode, and I didn't realize that was the Season 1 finale.
Neither did I. But I know the episode. I can tell you everything about that episode.
I know.
That's why I was like... That's where I was like, we're going to talk about The Simpsons in this one.
Not to mention, John Walsh himself has appeared doing a voice on The Simpsons as himself, I believe.
I believe so, yes.
Because they've done other parodies, but since it was a Fox thing, instead of being plot relevant like America's Most Armed and Dangerous, it was actually John Walsh. Because God, I can't remember. It played over the credits on one thing. But anyways, that's not the point. This is already going long. Oh, wait, no. Apparently the next one is, that was the end of that. So, AMW. I actually always loved, like I think we talked about last episode, is I actually used to watch AMW paired with Cops
Yes.
for a very long time. Because it was on, it was the second broadcast.
Yeah, the second broadcast after The Simpsons.
Which was at like 11:30 at night or
Yeah.
midnight, something along those lines. And the only reason I remember is because I would watch it on the little 12-inch black and white TV up in my room. And to me, it was actually the first thing that really, like, there's probably others, like I saw found footage films and everything like that, and I've seen documentaries or mockumentaries that were like The Legend of Boggy Creek.
Yes.
But that, I would say, is something that uniquely did what it was set to do, and is a prime example of why, on one hand, television sucks. Like, television as it was sucked.
Yes.
But also where I think that the streaming wars sucked even more. Because it's similar to when they brought Unsolved Mysteries back. Like, I didn't know that AMW came back in 2021.
No.
I knew that it was canceled in, the early 2010s. I didn't realize it was 2011. But by that time, I'll be honest, I was more watching YouTube and watching,
Getting our information from something else.
Yeah, social media became a major factor there.
Yep.
And I'm actually going to look up, because I'm assuming it's on Hulu. Everything Fox related was on Hulu. And is, as long as it was. Although I'm actually surprised that it was linked to Fox, the 21st Century Fox side, not the Fox News side.
That's because Fox News, at the time, there was nothing called Fox News yet.
Well, true, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
When Disney bought Fox, the only thing that they were, quote, not allowed to buy, it was only because that part wasn't for sale, was, all the entertainment stuff. It's why everything that was on FX is on Hulu now and everything like that.
Right.
And why you can watch Deadpool and Wolverine only on Disney Plus. Do. We really need sponsors, because that would have been perfect.
Yes.
But anyways, so it's like, on one hand, Fox, especially being on a prime network,
Yep.
not on cable or anything like that, was able to be seen by millions of people. Whereas I would say the viewership now has to be tens of thousands. Markiplier gets more views than this.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? Because there's so much diversity in what to watch and where to watch it, you have so much. It's similar to, like, someone could really truly revolutionize TV again by going back to the old fucking public access level.
Back to
where, like,
analog, yeah.
Not even analog, but like by just having regional fucking specific things. You know what I mean? Where, oh hey, everyone who lives in central New York, or in New York, have your own New York Broadcasting Network sort of thing. Where, for free, you get all the updates for your local area. That isn't a Facebook post that's going to have. But anyways, the point is that it was exactly what we needed. Because it's very easy, especially at the time, there was local news affiliates, and you did have nationwide ones, but it would always be, what was topical. You know what I mean? They're not going to go back a month to go, hey, remember the guy in Wisconsin? You live in New York still, but, hey, remember the guy in Wisconsin who killed 2 people at a sleepover? The only time that would ever happen if it became a nationwide manhunt.
Right.
Or something that peaked it to, how are we fitting it into, ABC's local news at 11. Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So having a dedicated show going, here's America's most wanted people, specifically with that agenda, it was very good. That's all.
That's all? All right, so
Well, what's your opinion on AMW? Not the root beer. Or my ex-girlfriend.
Anyways, I think the show did great at, bringing people back into helping police. Because people nowadays don't really do that either.
That's because nowadays we know about the police.
This is true. Alright, anyways, sign off.
I'm Howard Hand Up Me.
And I'm Chuck Downfield. Later, y'all.
That's
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the Wheel of Randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.